Yes.
Emma,
Yes.
I imagine Genichiro will show up eventually to put it to use. The other mortal blade.
To protect Ashina, he'll abandon everything about who he is. Won't he?
Yes. I expect no less from my own grandchild.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Ghostly French Toast. I know this is a one-off video, not really a one-off. I'm going to make some more episodes on Sekiro lore characters. I'm going to make one on Ishin, and then probably the Sculptor, and probably a few others, probably Fountainhead Palace as a whole, and their effect on Ashina. But today's video is going to be on Genichiro. Sorry, it's been a long day. Genichiro. And hopefully you don't mind this. I've just been really enjoying Sekiro, and I know it's kind of like a Dark Souls kind of game. It's a Souls-like, and it's made by the same developers, so I think it's alright to cover. So enough dawdling around, and let's dive on in. Before Genichiro's rule over Ashina, Ishin basically conquered the land after and staged a coup to basically take control of Ashina from its former rulers and take back the country that he once saw as his. And after that, Ashina basically became this very prosperous place, this very strong, powerful place, and Ishin was the ruler. And the thing with Ishin's a very powerful swordsman. He is one of the few people that have been declared a sword saint, even though he uses a fucking gun and a spear in the bloody sword saint battle. I don't know, man, that's completely wild, but we're not gonna talk about that. So Ishin became this very powerful guy, and over time he became very ill. And at some point before he became ill, he adopted this kid named Genichiro. So Genichiro was basically an orphan. His mom passed away from some kind of illness. I personally think the first dragon rot epidemic, because we hear Emma basically talk about before that there was one epidemic that basically brought dragon rot. And I do believe that's also what caused Ishin to fall ill. Because we know that, what's his name? The Sculptor and Ishin have met each other. And the Sculptor might have encountered the, dragon rot before. Or another theory, Tomoe, because we know the main reason Tomoe became to Ashina was to basically kill and free a divine heir. And we know if you are in contact with a divine heir, you basically start the dragon rot epidemic. And we know that Tomoe was Genichiro's mentor. So that might be the reason Ishin fell ill. We know that Ishin had feelings for Tomoe, but deeply regrets it, and was one of the closest things he came to dying. So after all that kind of spiel, let's go back to Genichiro. So Genichiro was adopted by Ishin after his mom fell ill of dragon rot. And the thing, after losing his mom, he basically saw the country, and after Ishin adopted him, he saw the country as like, dude, this is my new mother. I must protect it with all my life. If not, I would be a failure. And we see this in many ways. One way is getting the blade Open Gate. Open Gate is basically a blade created by Tomoe after she couldn't find the red immortal blade in Mount Senpuku. And it was basically a half-assed copy of the blade. And something I feel like I should point out, in the final cutscene with Genichiro summoning Ashin, the reason Ashin crawls out of his body is the description of the Open Gate. It opens a gate to the Netherworld, and it brings out their final form. So that's why he cut himself to basically let Ishin out. That's just something I should point out, because I saw some people were kind of confused about why Ishin. I was originally confused at first, like, dude, I don't think that's healthy, a man crawling out of your body, that's not cool. So after all that kind of spiel, and another reason he would sacrifice everything, he took the rejuvenating waters. And the rejuvenating waters, I feel like most people knew how bad it was, because you can see with the monks of Senpu Temple how bad it can be. But Genichiro would take the risk to protect Ashin. Ashina. Sorry, it's been a long day. Genichiro would take the risk to protect Ashina, and he would sacrifice his own humanity. And we see that most importantly at the end of the final fight, the second fight with Genichiro, how his body is starting to rot away, and we see he's alright. Something I feel like I feel like not many people took notice on was he slow. If you look at the bodies in the cave by Senpu Temple, they are starting to. He looks like what they turn out to be, black husk corpse. Because we see that he's starting to rot. Because the rejuvenating waters do make you immortal, yes, but at what cost? They make you slowly rot away until nothing is left of you. So that's just also something I found really interesting about Genichiro. And Genichiro wanted to save Ashina because it was like his mother to him. So he basically kidnapped the divine heir and left his shinobi to die in the fields of the Ashina Reservoir. And at some point, the sculptor picked up Sekiro, and that's where the plot starts the game. And after that kind of spiel, they fight again. Genichiro loses, and he basically teleports off. But if you get the Shura ending, we see that Owl basically goes and kills Genichiro at the end of the game, and I find that really cool because we know that Owl's a better version of Sekiro. And we know that Genichiro isn't that powerful. He's a good swordsman, but not as powerful as Sekiro or Owl or Ishin. So I always found that interesting. And yeah, that's it for this time. Hopefully you enjoyed the different change of pace, and see you next time. Go Super Toast. Bye.